Hello everybody, this is Ahmed Musli here, and I'm going to be trying something different today. This is more like a retrospective video on one of my favorite GameCube RPGs and one of my favorite RPGs in general. It's obviously very underrated and very niche, you know. It's called Baten Kaitos,
Shall we head for the
Eternal
lesser
Wings of the
celestial
Lost
river
Ocean,
then?
and it's developed by Monolith Soft, which made Xenoblade,
Right.
and
Time to leave.
Tri-Crescendo,
Let's
which
get on board.
made what was it? Tri-Crescendo. What did they make?
Wait, Gibari.
Yeah, this was actually their first game, and they did make as well the
Think
Eternal
about
Sonata
what
for the
you're doing.
PS3.
How can
They're
you
usually a
just
sound
ignore
developer. They
village
usually make
rules?
sound for
I don't have time to mess around with
anything
those
by
ancient
Tri-Ace.
superstitions.
Yeah, they're basically
Sitting around
a
doing
branch
nothing
off
like
Tri-Ace,
you
the
guys
guys who
isn't
made
going to
Valkyrie
change
Profile and Star
anything.
Ocean.
I'll do what I
So
have
yeah,
to do.
published by Namco, obviously. Very niche
That's-
game back in the GameCube
You
games,
can't.
but it was
What
one
are
of
you gonna do?
the first written
Stand
reviews
in my
I
way?
wrote for the side
Maybe
project
use
COE,
force
and
to
a lot of
stop me?
people praised me on that written review because it was, you know,
Answer
written
me, Rebels.
actually quite well.
Damn,
This is, you know, I think that's the game that, or that's the review that, you know,
Sorry,
had
pal.
me
We're
start
short on time.
writing
I'll see
reviews
you
in general
around.
for the site actually. So
Gibari.
it's a lot of things that make this game
You think
special
the
actually.
whole
I'm
world
just doing this
revolves around you?
let's play, as you can see
Always
here.
doing your
I
own
haven't
thing,
played this
your
game
own
in
way.
years. I haven't touched it in years.
Why don't you ever
Maybe
think about the
recently for the
villagers
past 2
and
months.
what's
I've been
important
playing
to
little
them?
by little.
As long as you get what you want.
This is just actually see the
nothing
beginning
else
of the games.
matters. Is that it?
It's where are we right now? This is the Fisherman's
Hey,
City,
calm down, Rebels.
and I just got Gibari in my
I was
party.
never good at these debates.
It's I don't know. I'm usually speechless with this type of game because it has so many unique features in it, and it's never been emulated, you know, for the past couple of years or so. And not a lot of JRPGs like to take risks as this game has. Obviously, it's not perfect, but in terms of gameplay, it's one of the best. And it's really hard to, unfortunately, get a hold of it right now. A physical copy of it. You'll have to, you know, pay a lot of money to get something like Valkyrie Profile. And I remember these Valkyrie Profile cost the PS1 version cost like $300. I mean, what the hell?
They
So
say
yeah,
the greater celestial river flows
one of the
around
cool
the
things
entire
about this
world.
game, as you can see
This is
with
one of
my
its
Let's Plays, the
offshoots.
pre-rendered
Hence the name
graphics.
lesser
Not a lot of
celestial
the games
river.
do this
Some say
nowadays,
its waters
but this
come from the
is
ocean.
this type of
Perhaps
graphics
somewhere
actually
in another
what
dimension. I don't know if I'd buy that. though.
made, you know, it made this generation, or made the past couple of generations jump in quality. Everything was pre-rendered. It started all with Final Fantasy VII, obviously, and it made the graphics beautiful in that game back in the day. So this is like a high quality version of Final Fantasy VII, basically. I remember Jared, was it? He made an import review of this for the site, and he likened it to Chrono Trigger in a lot of ways. I haven't played Chrono Trigger, but I guess the style or the graphical, the art of the game maybe likens to Chrono Trigger. Obviously, the character art is not that. I'm just talking about the environmental art. So yeah, this pre-rendered graphics, it just looks absolutely amazing, even though there's not a lot of interactivity compared to real-time graphics nowadays. It looks beautiful and timeless. Even when you're playing it now, it just looks great. Everything flows well. It looks really smooth. You know, it doesn't age easily. The polygonal graphics in the game, yeah, they do age a bit, you know, but there's the pre-rendered that sort of compensates for that.
I'm chomping at
So
the
here we're
bit.
getting into one of the unique features of the game, the battle system. Very complicated to explain in one video, but basically everything revolves around these cards that I'm using right now. They're called magnets. And what's cool about it is it's sort of like a combination of real-time and turn-based. So see, there's no real-time here, obviously, but as soon as you pick your card, everything goes into real-time. So you have to pick the deck as soon as you can, you know, pick the deck of cards that you're going to attack with. Each card says something. This is the defensive phase, and you'll have to pick defensive cards like armor and shields and whatnot if you have them in your deck. So here we're going to attack right now, and so you just basically pick your cards, and the unique feature here is you'll have to pick them. You have to arrange your deck in the equipment venue to make it to make your cards, you know, successive. You see that numbers above the cards there. So if you like, for example, get I'll show it in another battle when we're gonna fight right now. But if you get like successive numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, or get 2s and 4s, you know, these types are sort of like poker, like, you know, certain decks or certain numbers you get, and it gives you bonuses for that. Actually, it gives you like a 10% or 20% attack bonus if you get these cards successively. So here's the deck menu here. You just equip your stuff. It's obviously not your typical RPG. You're gonna equip a deck of cards. Now it can hold up to 25. So I'm just looking around the menu here. I think actually heal. These are the honey. Just got obtained those, and when I equip them there. And yeah, another thing that what makes it unique is these cards actually age with time. So yeah, I'm gonna show, I guess, now one of my party members as an example here. If I could get her, Zelia. I think she has an aged banana. You could, let me go scroll down. There you go. That's the aged banana there. Blackened bananas. So you can't heal with those anymore. You have to attack with them instead. The properties of the cards change as they age with time. And this branch that I just exchanged. Obviously, it was a tree. There's one of the defensive cards there, and I'm exchanging. And you could get defensive bonuses as well, obviously, if you get them successively, or get to like a double 2 or double 4, or 1, 3, 5 or 2, 4, 6. You know, these type of successive strings and cards will deck you bonuses. So you have to, you know, equip your decks pretty smartly with this game. Another unique feature that I love about this game is the music. It's just one of my favorite soundtracks of all time, actually, and I'm trying, but I'm not sure if I can able. It's like a sort of a side project that I'm doing for Overclocked Remix or OC Remix. I put up a thread there. I want to get the talent of OC Remix and, you know, obviously invite our YouTube users here. I want to make a Baten Kaitos tribute soundtrack, a remix soundtrack, because the tracks here are so under-remixed or underrated. Nobody tackles them constantly, even for OC Remix or any type of game music remix site. It's rarely tackled, you know. I just saw, I remember seeing like one track, remix track for Dwelling of Duels back, you know, a couple of years ago. Not a lot of covers on YouTube aside from the battle music. What's it called? I forgot the name of the track, but yeah, the boss battle music. A lot of people liked tackling it with the electric guitar, but you don't see much of that. So other than that, you don't see a lot of, you know, like piano remixes, and, you know, piano arrangements and whatnot. It's an excellent soundtrack. Moto Sakuraba, I think this is one of his, or maybe he's arguably his best work in my opinion.
This is
this is the battle music, the regular version. There's the electric guitar version that you're playing with boss battles. Yeah, so obviously Zella here, she's the magic spellcaster, and you see there's a dark flare and there's a light one over there, number 7. I can't use both. So if I use both, they negate each other. You can't use ice with fire in the same string of attacks.
Harder.
That's, you know, the properties, obviously the elemental properties. If you use them in the same attack, your overall attack bonus will decrease. Yeah, try to defend with the defensive card, or whatever they call it. There we go. I think I'm gonna do a double 2 here and just leave it at that. They got a 10% bonus by doing that. And here, by chance, I got 3, a 4, and a 5, so I'm gonna do that. Get a nice string of attack here. Big bonus. There we go. 24% bonus. One of the negatives of the battle system actually is when you don't get the right deck at the right time. So I think it should have done something like, if it's a defensive turn, they'll give you defensive cards, but it doesn't usually happen that way. Sometimes when you have to defend, you'll get attack cards and healing cards that you can't even use by defending, which is unfortunate. Yeah, so the decks are usually random, or a bit too random in my opinion. makes it challenging, but at the same time a bit unfair sometimes in boss battles when you don't get the right decks at the right time. Sometimes you want to attack and you actually get the defensive deck, the defensive cards, so you can't do anything, you just have to skip your turn or something. So yeah, it's sort of complex, it's pretty cool. And even during your battles, you could obviously make some recipes. I haven't done this in a long time. I'm trying to remember a couple of them. So like if you have, for example, like honey and a glass of milk or whatever it is, if you string these 3-4 cards next to each other, at the end of the battle it'll give you a card as a result of the recipe that you did, like maybe milk, honey, whatever it is. But yeah, something like that. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty experimental, but it's really hard to get unless you have or obtain these recipes, which are hidden throughout the world. Yeah, even that branch, I remember there's some sort of recipe you could do with the tree branch, but I can't remember it right now. What exactly you need to do. So there's a double 3 here, I'm gonna get a bonus.
Mighty sword, roll forth like the wind. Style. Blue star.
There we go. I like that it slumps down like that. Pretty cartoonish. There we go, 5, 4, 5. That's not gonna do anything. If I got another 5, it will give me actually bonus, like a double 4, double 5. But yeah, man, I just guys, if you know anybody on YouTube that's a really good arranger or even plays live instruments and likes tackling video game music, I urge you guys to redirect him or her to this video and the thread that I have on OC Remix that I'm gonna put in the description to actually, you know, join in the fun. I want more people to remix the soundtrack. We want to make something that's approved for OC Remix. That's what I'm aiming for currently. Some people don't like the standards and, you know, the increased rules of OCR, but at the same time they do publicize video game music albums pretty good. They make special sites for them and they go on Twitter and Facebook, publicize them everywhere. Even sometimes get in touch with the creators and the composers. So if you could do it for OC Remix, it could be great. It would be great actually. And if it, you know, doesn't happen for some reason or other, because the response was pretty positive in the site itself, but there's not a lot of contributors. Nobody's free and nobody feels like tackling it, even though it's an excellent soundtrack there. And I'm sort of like I do interact there regularly, but at the same time I'm not like a regular contributor in terms of music, because I'm not a music professional. You know, I don't play anything, and I can't use these programs of what are they, Fruity Loops and whatever on the computer. So I'm not a regular contributor there. I just contributed, I remember, for one track for vocals back, you know, for a chorus, but I didn't do anything else. So that's why maybe it's not getting as much attention as I would have, and I would want it to have. So sort of inviting, you know, I know a lot of YouTube users are pretty good with instruments, and I do see a lot of live instruments like live piano and acoustic guitar, electric guitar, you know, all these sort of things that can help for video game music. It would be cool if you guys can, you know, if you could find these people and urge them to join here. I sort of invited a couple of people on YouTube that I know, but I didn't get any positive response so far. So redirect me to anybody, or actually redirect them to this video. We want to make this project big, you know. It would be cool if we could get a video music tribute to Baten Kaitos up and running. I actually called the album Tri-fecta, you know, in tribute to Tri-Crescendo and Tri-Ace. So it's a pretty smart name, yeah. See, this is one of the things I'm telling you. See, I have to defend here, but I have no cards to defend, which is really randomized. It should have gave me like defensive cards just so I could do anything. I think at Baten Kaitos 2 they rectify this problem, but to be honest, I haven't played Baten Kaitos 2. I do have the game still with me, but I haven't played it, and I haven't finished this. I remember getting towards the end there, end game, and I didn't actually finish it. So it'd be nice if I could have time to run through the game again. So as you can see there, I did a light, and the cool thing with photographs there is that that's the source of income. If you want to get big money, you have to photograph your enemies. But if you put a light or dark attack before the photograph, it actually adjusts your your picture,
Sword style.
it makes the resolution better depending on the environment you're in. So that's pretty deep. It's a pretty cool system. It's hard to know unless you experiment more which environments or which enemies are better with light or dark attacks before the photo. There you go, I got the photo there. And it's as I said, with the real-time Magnus ability, you have to wait up for the photo so it could improve with time. Just like what you're doing with the regular cameras. So it's pretty cool. Wait until the photo clarity gets better. So you can't sell it now. If you wait more, it'll sell with a bigger price, a better price. So you can see here is there are some cars that have 2 numbers in them. The way you choose between these numbers in the battle is with the C-stick. So it's a pretty cool use for the C-stick on the GameCube. So if you press C-stick up, upright, that position up toward the oblique upright position there, it'll choose the number 4, for example. And if it usually there are cars later in the game that have 3 or 4 numbers, one for each corner, maybe even more, 5 numbers even, up to 8 I think. It's not all the corners, you can also get the sides of the cars themselves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Yeah, you could get 8 numbers. That's obviously, I'm not sure if I even got one of these cards in my last playthrough. So
Dark flare.
maybe we'll get through an example of the battle system itself. So yeah, if you guys like this type of video, I'd actually make more of them. But it's an old game, obviously, a very niche game. So I guess the interest has faded away throughout the years, unless it's obviously an unfortunate opportunity that Nintendo can't remake this game for any other reason. So I don't know which Baten Kaitos is owned by who exactly. Is it Monolith Soft or Tri-Crescendo or Namco? So yeah, catch you guys later with another video. Hope you enjoyed.